literally has a post on his site that we have to razz him for a little bit, because he literally looks like a Calvin Klein model emerging out of the ocean to sell a cologne or something. It looks absolutely flawless. I gotta razz him a little bit on that one. It's so good. It's so good. What are we talking about? Happy Sunday, by the way.
Yeah. So what I wanted to talk about is focusing on success, right? And what it means, and really like customer success. I want to talk about it from our context, like the context of art storefronts, and then in the context of artists themselves, because I just think it is really profound and it's super important. Okay. It's a really, really important topic because you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right. So you and I have talked plenty about how our art storefronts, like one of the core differences between us and anything else out there, right, is that all we focus on is customer success, right? Like we don't build a product like and start with the product and then just like build features and build outward, to like, and then give that to customers. We start with customer success and then we build a product from that. Right? It is a entirely different mentality, right? And we don't just focus on customer success. Obviously, our customers are photographers and artists, so we focus on artists and photographers' success in their business. And why that is significant is because we are not biased about where people should be marketing, what type of products they should sell, right? Whether they sell originals only or only limited editions, or maybe only commissions. Right? Or maybe only courses where they're teaching courses, right? It doesn't matter. What matters is the success. And then you build an entire program and product around that success, right? And think about that, right? Like when you start thinking about it, you're like, wait, okay, like this is important. This is so important. Who else is talking about success out there? There's not a single company that's even telling you that they're focused on customer success, right? Or artist success. Name one. There isn't one. No. There isn't a single one. And think about how profound that is. Every day on our email list, every day, like on social media and on our email list, what are we doing? Like pretty much every day or every other day, we are emailing out success stories that are happening literally like the day before or the week before, or whatever it is. Just constant, because we want everybody to know, right? Like, I mean, it's really interesting. Like if you are actually looking for success, you should probably like be around where success is happening, And it's so interesting, but no other business claims that, because, for example, a website company like a Shopify or a Squarespace or a Wix, and we've talked about this plenty, about how you can Google 99% of all Shopify stores fail, right? And it's not a knock against Shopify. It doesn't matter whether it's Shopify or Squarespace or whatever. It's because
it wouldn't matter who it is. It wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter who it was. Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is. And that kind of brings me to this whole point, which is, if you're focused as a business on creating a great website product, that's what those companies are doing, right? A generic website product that appeals to all. And that's like a product focused, mission or company, right? And so that's what they do. I mean, I don't know if you saw this like 3 days ago. Shopify announced a huge partnership with Walmart. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the eye of Amazon. Walmart's like,
yeah, exactly. But you think about that, and it's like so that Shopify customers could list their products on a Walmart website, and you think about that, and you go, that is literally like so not in alignment with what a professional photographer or artist cares about or would want in any way whatsoever. It's like the antithesis of building a valuable brand in any way, right? And getting like higher prices for your work has nothing to do with it. But this is the point: when a company is focused on its product, like we need to provide the best websites that we can to any type of small business that is possible, versus starting with the success of the customer and the specific customer, right? And then working backwards. And so how this relates to the artists, right, is the artists and the photographers who are focused on the success of their own customer and they work backwards from that are the ones that are the most successful. What do I mean by that? If you're focused on the success of your customer, the art buyer, what does that mean? It means, what is success to an art buyer? For me, when I'm buying art, I want the art on my walls to provide me with inspiration, you know, some feeling that makes me feel better. I can talk about the pieces. There's something there. There's an experience in it, right? That is to me, what creates a successful art buyer. If an artist or photographer is focused on that success and then works backwards, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to be creating, you know, a product. In other words, they're going to be creating new pieces of art, right? That actually provides maximum customer success to the people who are looking at them and are buying their art, or who are collectors or whatever it is. And as a result, the business does dramatically better, right? And this is something that you see consistently with the artists and the photographers that are doing well. And so that's why focusing on success, on your customer success, is so profound and so important.
You talk about success like big picture, and I've got to give the breakdown of something, like the before and the after, a little bit, an analogy, and then talk about where we are now. So the breakdown. So we take pre-pandemic, we started doing Zoom sessions with our customers, right? Twice a week. We get all of our customers in a Zoom session and we teach them whatever marketing technique we want to do. We go over the plan for the week and we get them to execute on it. Pre-pandemic, it would have been just what? The playbook posted somewhere, hey, go do this. Post-pandemic, an individual group session, I want you to go do this. And this last week was run the live art show playbook, right? And the results have been so insanely profound. The sheer amount of live art shows that went down as a result of this is like nothing I've ever seen. And you know, the movie sort of corollary, not corollary, but like example and case point. There's this film by like super famous film by Akira Kurosawa. It's called The Seven Samurai, right? And there's basically like a narrative in there that's exactly what we're doing. It's the exact same. And if you haven't seen that one, have you seen The 13th Warrior? I don't know. The narrative is like, you have these villagers, right, that are living in a village, okay? And they're peaceful villagers, and they're going about their life, and they just want to have a family and grow their crops and everything else. And then some barbarians come outside the gate, right? And these guys have pitchforks. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to defend. There's no city wall. There's nothing. They're farmers. They're simple peasants, right? Peasants is the wrong word, but they're simple, just like farmers. And so a group of warriors comes in to help train them and get them ready to defend, right? And what happened is then invariably the barbarians come in and they like raid and burn a bunch of things and kill a bunch of villagers. And then the hero warriors come in and start teaching them to defend themselves and like arm themselves in the city walls. And as a result, they're able to defend themselves and like really do kind of well. Like it's no different than what we're doing. Like the vast majority of artists and photographers, you know, this is just sort of a weird analogy, but it's Sunday, you got to give it to me. They weren't defending the village, right? They weren't marketing. They weren't doing anything, right? And all you needed to do is just come in and teach them the basic techniques and tactics, right? It's not even like crazy advanced stuff. It's like, look, build a city wall around your city. Here's how you defend. Put guys here and here. Shoot the arrows down, whatever it is. And
like do the common sense, right?
Yeah, but do the common sense. But like the analogy is it's a weird one because it makes it sound like you and I and like our marketing team are like the master warriors, and we're not even claiming to be that. It's like where I see it, it's like you were just defenseless. You weren't doing anything. You weren't marketing at all. And now that you are, you realize like just by doing a little bit, how strong you are, how well you're doing. And I see the sheer amount of art shows. So again, we encouraged all our customers to run a live art show this week. And I'm seeing like 20 or 30 of them in various different venues. And I probably didn't even see them all. And what other ones are out there running those right now? Not a whole lot.
Yeah, and we didn't encourage people.
We dropped like 20 or 30. We dropped like 20 or 30 of them that I've seen. It might even be 50 or 60 or 70.
I don't even know. I would be even more clear. We didn't encourage our customers to run a live art show. Yeah. It was on our art marketing calendar for Friday. We have been teaching it for the last 2 weeks in our private member workshops. Right? Like this is how we organize everything, guys, like with a 365-day-a-year marketing plan for photographers and artists, right? And I should mention, because we have a couple of comments on here, and Ashira said, any chance I could get a demo at some point today? So eager to just get going. I think so, actually. Victoria on our team is working this weekend. So if you put in a demo request right now, then she'll probably get back to you. I know there's other demo requests that are coming in all morning. So I would do that and then maybe reply to an email. When you get like an email confirmation, reply to that and say, hey, is there any chance I want to, you know, I can run a demo today. I'd like to get going. And somebody will reach out, hopefully, you know, today and do that. If not, probably tomorrow. And just a reminder to anybody else.
What's up to Shira? She was on the Zoom on Friday. You remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Good
Totally.
to see it. Good to hear from you again.
Yeah, so anybody that's looking to join Art Storefronts, we are running a summer special right now. It's ending in 2 days, okay, at the end of June. So if you want to save big on joining Art Storefronts, become a member, you can request a demo. On Instagram, there's a link in the bio. Just click on that and you'll see request a demo. And then on Facebook and Instagram, there's a link in the post to request a demo. You can always go to the website at any time. There's always a button in the upper right-hand corner that says request a demo, and one of our team members will reach out and see what your goals are, you know, take a look at your art and stuff like that, and just make sure that you're a good fit. And then they can go over all the details, pricing and all that stuff. So if you're interested in doing that, request a demo. Yeah, so
we can't lose, dude. We can't lose if we continue to take our customer base, okay, and get them working on the latest and greatest marketing technique that no chance that they or anyone else would have in a vacuum, and all group motivate them and they ship it, the wins are never going to be what you think the wins are going to be. But the fact that they were all out there, and I saw the feedback, and you know, Allie had one. She's like, my audience was so stoked beforehand, but the sales were a little underwhelming. And then I saw someone else's feedback. It was great. I screwed up 25 times when I shipped it. Like, we cannot lose. If we continue to get our team, our customers, to execute on the marketing tactics that we've identified as the highest ROI, we will not lose. They will win.
Right. And that's the point about, like, Pat, that focusing on customer success, right? If all you care about is success, surprise, surprise, a lot of success is happening, right? Like, you know.
But why? Why? Because it's there. It's there. All you gotta do is get up your, I mean.
If all you do is focus on, if all we do is focus on success, what are we doing? What does that mean? We are looking for every ounce detail of success happening everywhere in the whole industry, from every person, from every email that email marketing tactic, social media posts, strategy, ads, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. It's the whole thing. It's when you have a whole team, a whole company focused on customer success, and then you build out from that, you build a product around that. What do you think is going to happen? Surprise, surprise. There's a lot of success stories happening every day. And we're publishing them, right? Think about that. But I think it's even more important to think about, right? Like, how many artists and photographers are listening to this and are watching this? Like, how much are you thinking about customer success? Your own, right? Probably not very often. Probably not as often as you should be, because you know what happens? You know what happens is people say, like this happened yesterday. People are like, I just want to find somebody to do my marketing for me, right? Said everyone ever. Said everybody ever, right? And like and we talked about how that's never going to happen, because we have people selling hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and nobody's going to do the marketing for them either. So if you think that you're going to get marketing done for you, good luck. You might as well just cross that off the list. But the point is, when you do your own marketing, right, you learn what is actually like making your customers successful, which is obviously they feel great about the art that they have on the wall. If you don't know what that is, how do you build a company around that? How do you build a successful art business? You don't. I'm just going to tell you, you don't. If you do not know what it is that makes your customer successful, and you don't focus on that success in the same way that we are, this is a way that you build a great company. This is how Amazon and Apple have become trillion-dollar companies. Customer obsession, right? Find everywhere where success is happening with your customers, where they're loving what you're doing, and do more of it. And do more of it. And guess what? You make the world a better place as a result. That's how it goes, right? You're providing more value to the world because you're making customers happier. Their lives are brighter and better. And your business actually increases in revenue as a result. Surprise, surprise. So this is guys, I've spent my entire career as an entrepreneur for 20 years, building 6 different companies, learning this lesson, right? Just start with success and work backwards. It's a whole lot easier than starting with, oh, hey, I'm going to try 5 niches and then just, throw them out there, right? Like, what do you think is going to work for me? I don't know. Let's get it to market and let's find out what's successful. And then let's really find what that is, all the details and nuances of what it is that's making your customer successful. And then let's build something based off that. That's how you build a great business. That's how you build a great business.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I'm blown away, right? Because we are in such a unique situation where you and I are having multiple live sessions a week with non-customers, people that are just getting started.
And by the way, on Instagram,
sessions a week. What?
Let me just say, somebody was asking how to talk to you and how to talk to us about how many pieces they should have on their site. Listen up right now to what Patrick's talking about. You're going to want to come to one of these. Go ahead.
Yeah, we should. When are they? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we'll get into the time.
This is Chapters from Childhood on Instagram. Yeah. We're talking to you. Come to the Zoom session on Monday, tomorrow.
Yeah, Monday or Wednesday or Friday.
For non-customers.
We get to see like that portion, right? Like the portion that are all the reasons, all the BS why you're not doing whatever you're supposed to be doing, right? Marketing taking the next step. Then we get to see customers at every stage of the game in the Zoom calls week by week. We get to see their progression, right? And then we get to see the data overall, like all of our marketing initiatives and how people are taking the steps. And I'm so excited because I know as a result of just years of experience, when you actually do the work, the wins come, right? The wins come automatically. And I see all these people that did the live show and a bunch stumbled and it was their first one and they were just figuring it out and they had technical issues, but they had some wins in there, regardless if it wasn't sales or if it was sales, we had everything in between. But you see all of that going down, right? Like both the stress of going live on video and selling your art. I mean, we had Katie, one gal, God bless her, that was terrified to even quote price, right? Was like terrified, like, public speaking, so scared. And then I get to see all that. I get to see the success and the huge wins financial. And then what I know to be the huge wins, which is they got the first one in the books and now the second one's easier.
Yeah.
And the third one and the fourth. So I see all that. And then I back up to the non-customer segment, right? And all of the excuses why you're not doing anything. All of the excuses why you're not taking the next step. I got to get my website ready. I got to get my work photographed. I don't understand my niche. If I can just get some prints made, whatever it is, it's all BS. You're not doing the work, right? And it's almost like universally consistent. You're not doing the work. And you contrast those two. And it's literally not any more difficult than that. That's what success is. It's just doing that work. Consistently having the accountability system, whether you want to call our Zoom calls group therapy. I'm not the one to say that. A lot of people have. It feels like that sometimes. Whether you want to talk about tactical teaching, whether you want to talk about peer pressure of a bunch of your peers doing it in real time and showing the results and getting you to do it. I don't care what it is. It's getting results. It's getting results. You got to when this call's over, you got to go through the group and look. The results this week are like nothing that we've ever had in the history of the company in terms of everyone on our team, every one of our customers working on a marketing initiative at the same time.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. And I'll mention that we have been seeing for the last 2 months, you guys, during the whole pandemic, Black Friday levels of sales from the individual artist and photographer websites on our platform. We're talking like 150, 200% growth every week. Literally, the sales are as high as the Black Friday week every single week for the last 2 months. We're not like a marketplace website, remember. This is individual artists and photographers being taught how to drive traffic to their own website and making sales on their own websites where they earn the majority of the profit, right? Not anything else than that. I love this comment. I'm so glad you brought this up. Glenn, I got to help you.
He's a customer. So Glenn's a customer too.
Is he? Okay. So I'm going to read it for Instagram. The strength and quality of my art should be enough to market my paintings. The fact that I have to sacrifice time that I need for the serious creative process to happen so that I can fulfill my role as a salesman is tragic. I guess it is kind of tragic, but I'll tell you this, Glenn, very important lesson I'm going to tell you and everybody out there. The best products don't win. And if you ever thought that was the case, you don't know business. I'm dead. Study Steve Jobs, study any of these people. Everybody talks about it. The best products don't win. Okay. And if you have always thought that, you've bought that hook, line, and sinker. It is not the truth, unfortunately, right? The products that are the best marketed are the ones that win. It's just it, like the best product is not enough. And especially in the art world. I mean, there is no shortage of great art out there. There is no shortage of it, right? Yep. There isn't. But you know what there is a shortage of? Great marketing, because no one's doing it. And this is This is no artist wants to do it at all. I mean, I can't stop talking about this because I'm like, it is the funniest thing to me. I have been in this industry for 20 years and I have never seen an industry where people do not want to do any work at all more than this, right? and so if you literally understand, because you guys are it's okay, because human brains, like our animalistic brains, are wired for efficiency, right? So your brain is always trying to convince you to conserve energy, right? It's nature. And so it's always kind of pushing you to do the least amount of work and to resist anything that looks like work, right? And so if you understand that, if you simply understand that and go, you know what? Every artist or photographer that's out there, 99.999% of them, they don't know that, and they're falling for it, and they're going to be lazy about it. But I'm not. I'm going to actually understand, like, you know what? I'm not going to let my mind win that one. I'm going to cross over that log that's in front of everybody, and I'm going to be one of the rare few as a result of that. And if you do that, guys,
I don't know a single solitary artist successful that is not a genius at their marketing, right? In whatever capacity that they do it, right? It might be, everyone wants to like pigeonhole it into like, whatever little narrow silo of sales and marketing that they think they're above or is beneath them or they don't want to do or whatever else. But grab the biggest artists in the world, whatever they were doing, it's called marketing, and they're phenomenal.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. Exactly. They're phenomenal. I mean, if I had $1 for every time somebody said, I'm as good as Peter Lick, even though Peter Lick has galleries all over the world, and one I think it's in the Mandalay Bay or something like that, right? In Vegas. A lot of people have seen him. They're all over the place. He's got one in Jackson Hole, but from a marketing standpoint and a presentation standpoint, one of the best. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Don't get emotional about it. Just understand how the game is played. Understand the game that is played, and we are teaching you that right now. You guys learn that, and then you go, oh wow, now I've got some knowledge about how this really works, whereas everybody else doesn't. They don't know.
Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle or someone else's 80 or 90%, which everyone wants to do. It's like, okay, Damien Hirst, Damien Hirst with the dots. He doesn't even paint those things. His understudies paint him, and he makes $350,000 per. Yeah, you know what else Damien Hirst did? He put his shark in a glass tank of water and sold it. And you think that was all to make some great artistic piece, or do you think that was all to have the newspapers talk about somehow brought a shark in from Australia and put it in a glass tank sealed in formaldehyde? That guy is a genius freaking marketer. That's why he got there. No other reason. If you think that you are God's gift to green earth and that you are just going to paint and not do anything else and make a ton of money, you're lost. You're lost.
Yep, exactly. Totally true. And so guys, if you are in a position where you're stuck and you feel your business is stuck or whatever, Patrick and I are running a non-customer Zoom call tomorrow. Okay, it'll be tomorrow afternoon. Get on our email list. Like us on Facebook if you want to be notified.
We moved it to 11 PST, 1 Central, right? Is that the deal now?
Well, remember Monday's always afternoon, late afternoon. Yeah. So we could just stick to the 1 if we want to. You want to do 1 p.m.?
The 1. Yeah, let's just stick to the 1.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do 1 p.m. Central, guys. 1 p.m. Central, 11 Pacific, and 2 Eastern tomorrow. Non-customers, we're going to help you unplug your drain, get over whatever hurdle is in your way with your art business. Okay. It's free art business consulting tomorrow. Now, in addition to that, we have a summer sale that is expiring at the end of the month too, guys. So if you want to join Art Storefronts at a discount, make sure you get a demo request in.
When is it? Is it end Wednesday? What is this week? How does this week go? Did you look at the calendar?
Tuesday. Yeah, June 30th. It's a 30-day month. Tuesday's the last day. So there's 2 days left, right? 2 days left. So get your demo request in, guys, if you want to do that. The other thing I was going to say too about the marketing is here's another reason why artists don't want to do marketing, why they immediately are so against it or defensive. I just can't do it. Right. Of course there's I just want to create all the time, and that's understandable. We all want to do things that are fun all the time, guys, but that's just not how life works. Right. But I think so many artists think about they think about the marketing as oh my gosh, it's they're getting a new full-time job, and their whole world is going to change, right? Their whole day is going to change. Their whole world is going to change. And as soon as you start thinking that way, our reptilian animalistic brain immediately rejects it, right? Immediately rejects it. And what you guys need to know is that's not how you want to look at it, right? There are times when you get on your computer probably every day. You probably check your email. Maybe it's every other day. Maybe it's every third day. There's times where you probably get on social media and check things out. What I want you to do is that's when I want you to do a little bit of marketing. That's it. I want you to do it right when you're doing the thing that you're like right when you open your email and you check your email, right? Or you do it. If that's 3 a.m, I don't care, right? I don't care when it is, because if it works for you, then that's fine. Do your marketing whenever you can do it, whenever you're actually on the device or on your computer. You're not changing your whole world. You're not adding this whole full-time job, right? That's what's getting you to stop doing it. What you need to do is do it in a congruent way with the way that you run your existing life. And guess what? It won't feel that bad. It won't be that much work for you, right? You'll fit it right into the same period of time when you're doing these things anyway, and your mind is in that frame of mind. You're looking at some emails, right? You're on social media already. Do a post. It's not hard. It'll take you 5 minutes, right? You don't have to like set time aside to be a CEO of your business. Just fit it into the way that you already work, however that is. And that's the best way for you. And then you go from there.
Yeah. And Glenn, I don't mean to pick on you, right? I don't mean to pick on you with this comment, but the strength and quality of my art should be enough to market my paintings. Okay. Operate under that premise. How's your business doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it to a level you're happy with? Then it's enough. If not, it's not enough. You've been told. The market tells you.
But why should it? But why should it?
There is
like, I don't get
company. There's one company that I know of that never marketed. Okay. There's one company I know that never spent a dime on marketing, and it's huge. You know what it is? This is like no. They market the crap out of it. Sriracha.
Tesla doesn't do any marketing. No marketing budget at all. Did you know that? Zero. $0.
So there you go. Tesla, which is only kind of true because they have giant Apple-like events. And
yeah, well, it's Elon Musk is the marketer.
Yeah,
but there's no paid marketing. There's no paid marketing. But my point here, though, with Glenn's comment here is that the strength of quality market should be enough. You know, enough is in capitals, right? To market my paintings. Why? Why should it be enough? Like, why? Because we as artists think that it should be enough. It doesn't. Yeah. Where do you get that assumption? Get that assumption out. Because it's not truthful. No, it shouldn't. That's not the way the world works, and it's not the way the world has ever worked. It's just that nobody tells you that. It's just that nobody tells you that the best product doesn't win. If you knew that, you would never have that assumption. That assumption causes you to waste energy. It gets you demotivated. It's cancer. It's poison. It is absolute poison. You got to get that out because it's not the truth. It's not anything any smart business person or experienced business owner ever said, ever. It's something maybe some artist said it, you know, and put that in your head or in other people's heads. But guys, get that out of your head because it's not the truth. And therefore it is poison. It'll hurt you. It is not how it works. The best products do not sell. It's why we have totally unknown photographers and artists on our platform that are outselling world-renowned people on our platform. Like literally. You're like, wait, how's that even possible? We have world-renowned people that have like 1 million+ followers on Instagram, right? And they're getting beat by other people that have, 6,000 or something like that.
6,000, 1,200.
1,200 because they're doing marketing. Why? Because they're doing the marketing. They're good at it. They're executing, and they don't have any mental roadblocks. No, a lot of photographers and artists that are like world-renowned, are usually not running the greatest businesses. I have to tell you that because we work with so many, and I know all these people, right? And what do? They are lazy about it. They are lazy about it. They, in some way, I'm framing it as that. I'm not calling them lazy. I'm just saying that, I think that they think the quality of their art should carry the day, right? Yeah. I think that's what they think, and as a result, they do less marketing. They look at it less, and they think the sales should be easier, and they get beat. Yeah.
Okay. You got it.
Who is that right there? Is that Duke?
No, that's Graham.
That's Graham. Wow, he's got it.
He's running around. Going back, one final point. So Sriracha's never spent a dime on marketing. Okay. Sriracha, the hot sauce. Have you ever had it? Phenomenal. Yes. Phenomenal hot sauce. So 30 years I think it took him 30 years to build that business. So maybe your art is good enough that you don't need to spend a dime on marketing. You could be like Sriracha. It took him 30 years to build that business. I think 25, 30 years of taking it to restaurants, taking it to restaurants, taking it to restaurants, just inching it up, inching it up, inching it up, inching it up. So, you know, there are stories, but you better have stories or perspectives. And let me tell you, you're not building a Sriracha-sized business in 6 months or year or 2 years or 10 years without any marketing. Let me tell you, no chance.
And it's not like he didn't work at it, right?
No. And
like,
part of his marketing, part of his marketing was not having any marketing or having any website. And everyone's like, have you heard of this sauce? Have you heard of this sauce? Have you heard of this sauce? How good it is? Oh my God, have you heard of this sauce? Right? That was his marketing. But it took a long time to get there. I don't know.
Yep.
Again, I don't mean to pick on you, but I just, that one fries me the hell out to think that like you're going to have a big business. Anyone's going to have a big business without marketing. It's unrealistic. It's a trope.
Yeah,
it's a lie that's been sold.
Let it be your superpower, guys, because you know, nobody thinks that way. Nobody thinks that way, and it's exactly why, you know, there's so many photographers and artists that are not successful, right? Because you don't have a business. You don't have a successful business unless you have a successful marketing strategy, period. Ongoing, forever. And guess what? Because I've been in this position before. As soon as that marketing strategy doesn't work anymore or it gets stale, guess what happens? The business starts going down. Starts going down, or it's stagnant, you know? So anyways, back to the main point of the whole thing, right? Focusing on customer success and working backwards, right? That is so profound. So profound. And it ties into the marketing problem, right? Like, how can you focus on success, on your customer success, the art buyer, and work backwards if you're not doing any marketing, and you know, and you have no pulse, no grasp on what is actually making your customers successful, right? In other words, inspired, you know, like loving the experience of your art on their wall, right? That's a successful customer. You need to create more successful customers if you want to create a more successful business. So that's what you got to focus on. And that is all we do, right, at Art Storefronts. It's just literally every minute of my day that I'm spending thinking about the business is, how can we figure out how to make the entire all-in-one solution more successful and profitable for every artist that is on. That's it, right? That's it. If you focus on the customer success, guess what happens? You get more customer success.
The score takes.
You get more customer success every time. You guys are like, if you're on our email list or you're on Facebook and you see our posts and you see that every day we're posting multiple stories about customers selling originals for thousands of dollars, limited editions or open editions or whatever it is, all these different stories. Guys, the reason is because all I am doing, all Patrick is doing, all we are doing is focusing on generating customer success. So you're going to get more of it if that's what you do. Right? I want you guys to do the same. I want you guys to do the same with your own customers. Follow what we're talking about here, right? Like, focus on customer success first and build your business around that. It will be amazing. You will feel better about yourself than you've ever felt in your life. I promise you, right? Pat, how good does it feel making artists and photographers successful every day? How good does it feel?
It's incredible.
It's incredible. Like people come at you and they're like, hey, you should give to charity. You should do this. You should do all this stuff, right? In the real world.
We had a love fest. We had a love fest on Thursday. It's actually not good because it's going to our heads a little bit. We need to start getting some complaints again, right?
No worries.
Yeah, we had a love fest on Thursday. But anyway, 3 times this week, non-customers. 11, 11. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's just stick to 11. I like it. 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. You can get on a Zoom session with Nick and I. We'll unplug your drains, talk about what you're stuck with, why you're not taking the business. Yeah, free consulting. It's really fun, actually.
Free consulting for you. Yeah.
I enjoy those sessions so much. And then Tuesday, Thursday is going to be the hardcore customer tactical. Do we have anything planned this week already on the agenda for that?
Well, yeah. For Tuesday, we're gonna do a post-mortem on all of the success from last week, all the shows. And go over all of that. And then, because what we do, you guys, is like, after we do a big tactic and everybody runs it, we gather all the information and then we find out where the maximum success was in all of it. And then we update our playbooks. Playbooks are step-by-step guides on how to run a tactic, a marketing tactic that we want everybody doing in order to, get more eyeballs on their work, generate more traffic and sales, right? And so this way, every playbook that we have is constantly state of the art. It's the best in the art industry that you could get anywhere,
baby.
right?
Iteration, rapid iteration. You know, it's so funny too. I don't want to go long-winded here, and I got my kids yelling at me, but more exciting than anything that is happening with our business, almost, and I'll say selfishly, anything that's happening with our customers, like how quickly you and I are learning with this feedback loop of go live, hash an idea out, talk about how it can best benefit our customers, talk about how we can most grow their businesses. They're in here leaving the comments and giving us the feedback. Then the thing shifts, i.e. the live art show. Then we get all the feedback on a Tuesday and continue to build into it. That system of iteration and learning and recycling is so much faster than it was before. It's so much faster. If we keep at the pace, our competition, which we don't even really have any anyway, is going to be so far in the rearview mirror. It's ridiculous because you can't ever learn as quickly as getting instantaneous feedback from your customers. Can't.
You just can't.
There's not even close.
And guys, take that lesson, right? Take the lesson. That's the point. You know what I mean? Like with your own customers, you got to have a feedback loop that's constantly coming back to you. And that's the benefit of doing your own marketing, right? Like that's the benefit. That's why once you're successful and you can hire an assistant, you're going to have to train that assistant in your ways because you figured out what makes your customers the most successful. And then you will also train that person to be delivering you direct feedback constantly because that is the gasoline that is actually running the business at the end of the day, right? What is making your customers successful? The detail in there of what is actually making your customer successful is actually the gasoline for your business. And you probably didn't know it until I said it. That's all it is. It's gas. It is straight up gasoline for your business to grow.
And we're moving 250 miles an hour faster than we were even 9 months ago. And that's a big deal.
Yep.
Can't stop, won't stop. All right. I got to make dinner or make lunch.
All right. Okay, guys. So non-customers, you want some free art business consulting Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week, okay, at 11 Pacific, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. Get on our email list. You will get the Zoom link tomorrow for that session, okay? And we're gonna help you out. Other than that, final reminder here: the summer special to join Art Storefronts is ending. Okay, on Tuesday, it's the last day of the month to save big to join Art Storefronts and become a member and get your business, really rocking. All right, so get a demo request in.
Will you look at Ashira here? She's trying and hasn't got through to Vicky. Will you send Vicky a message?
Ashira, I already did, Ashira. I already did. Yeah. While Patrick was talking, I already messaged the team. And so whoever's working with you is probably going to reach out, Ashira. So no worries. We'll get you. We'll get you going.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. You got to save the thing. Put it in the series, the random show.
Yep, I will. No worries.
All right. Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Hope everybody has a great Sunday. If I could just figure out how to end this. Did I get it? All right.